Okay, welcome back to another MECH 1000 video. We're going to continue our discussion of text, and specifically in this video we're going to talk about creating text styles. So in a previous video I introduced how you can add single line text or multi-line text, and how you can edit that text. For instance, the multi-line text I think is easier to edit. If we double click on it, it brings up this text editor tab in the ribbon where we can change the size, we can change the font, we can change justification, things like that. So if you are working on a drawing that has different types of text, of different size, different font, things like that, and you don't want to have to individually edit every piece of text, you can create what are called text styles. So I'm going to close out of this and go to the Annotate toolbar. And there on the Annotate toolbar there is a text toolbar. On the Annotate tab, I should say, there is a text toolbar. And in the lower right corner there's this little arrow. And if you click that, it brings up a dialog box that allows you to create text styles. So you'll notice here that in the default AutoCAD template, there are two styles. There's annotative and there's standard. Now, I prefer to use standard. Annotative, it's a little bit more complicated to use, and I tend to just avoid it. So I use the standard, and I recommend that you do as well. But the thing about the standard text style is it's used by the dimensions. So when you create a dimension, the text that is on that dimension, the numbers that appear, they are the standard style. So what I would recommend is that you don't edit the standard style. Leave it alone. And if you want to create or edit a text style, let's make a new one rather than editing the standard. So click New, and we can call it whatever we want. Maybe we'll call it Tahoma 0.4. Let's call it Tahoma 0.4. So what we're going to do for Tahoma 0.4, the standard style is Arial. The font is Arial. And the default size that comes up is 0.2. So if we want to make the height of our text double that, 0.4, and Tahoma, we can create this Tahoma 0.4 style, and we'll select Tahoma as our font, and our height we'll put in as 0.4. Now, if I go back to the standard style, yes, let's save those changes. So if I go back to the standard style, its height is 0, and that may seem strange, but the reason why the height is 0, the best way for me to explain it is that makes it flexible. The height can be whatever you want it to be. And as I said, the height is, or this standard style is used for the dimensions. So its size or height will change based on the size of the dimensions. We'll do dimensions in a future chapter. So we want to leave the standard style height at 0 so that it's flexible. If we're creating our own custom style, we can specify a height for it, and then it will always be that height, and it will always be this font. So I'm going to close this. I've saved it. I'm going to close it. And so now when I go to create some multi-line text, I can choose either the standard style, which existed before, or I could switch to this Tahoma 0.4. And so by choosing that, by choosing the Tahoma 0.4, I can make some text here. and this is my Tahoma 0.4, and you can see that the font is Tahoma and the height is 0.4, and I can close that text editor. Um, so creating different text styles is a good thing to do if you know that you're going to be creating a drawing that is going to utilize different styles of text, and you just want to create them so that when you want to place your text, all you have to do is choose which style you want, and then all of those features, the height, the font, things like that are uh, essentially set for you in advance. Okay, so that's how you can use the. Remember, it's in the lower right corner here of the text toolbar, the text style editor, in order to create new styles of text. Again, don't mess with the standard one; leave it alone. But you can create as many other new styles as you like. And my personal recommendation is to just avoid the annotative and go with um, styles that do not have this symbol here. Let's just go with standard type um, text styles. Okay, I think that's it for text styles. In the next video, I think I'll show you how to use match properties.